Hello everyone, welcome back to another taekook one shot. This is going to be top Taehyung. So I hope you will enjoy it. Kim and Son Saturday evening, Taehyung lounged on the sofa, leaves rolled it up, looking unfairly confident. Jungkook said opposite him, cross-legged on the rug, clenching a cushion as if it could protect him from whatever thought was coming. Around their friends, Jimin, Hoseok, and Yoongi were sprawled on the beanbags, pizza boxes open and laughter echoing. Jimin, okay, last round, half truth and dare. Whoever refused loses. Hoseok and losers away one big dare. Tomorrow, next quizzes, Yoongi. I still think this is dangerous. You are married. Remember, Taeyang is smirking gently. What's life without danger, Young? Youngie already regretted saying yes. Young lifted, tattled his head, eyes glistening. You will survive, sweetheart. Jungkook, don't call me that in front of them. Jimmy, oh, look at the married couple pretending they don't adore each other. Hoseok, right? They act like enemies but live in the same mansion. Suspicious, Jungkook blushed crimson. 2 months of the marriage and still every word from Taehyung made his pulse jump. They would have they had been arranged by their families. Taehyung, the younger CEO in Seoul, and Jungkook, the artistic son of the family friend, they were supposed to marry for business ties, nothing had gone as planned. Flashback 2 months ago, wedding house. Jungkook had stood stiffly beside Taeyang, hands trembling under his heavy sleeves. Cameras flashed. Families. Mrs. Yan, you will be fine, Jungkook. He is a good man. Jungkook, he didn't even talk to me once before the engagement. Mrs. Yan, he's just shy in his own way. Across the SL, Taeyang had looked calm, eyes unreadable. When the voice came, his tone was steady but soft. Then I promised to try. Those 3 words had confused Jungkook for weeks. Back to present, Jimin, alright, Jungkook's turn. Truth or dare? Jungkook, truth. Hoseok, boring. Youngie, dare. Always dare. Taehyung, dare. He echoes, voice low. Teasing, be brave, bunny. Jungkook glared but finally muttered, fine, dare. Jimin clapped, good. I dare you to. He glanced between them. Mrs. Hewley, do everything your husband tells you for 24 hours tomorrow? The room exploded in laughter. Jungkook, what? No, that's insane. Taehyung is smiling softly. Sounds perfect. Jungkook, I will never survive that. What's your rules are rules? Starting 8 a.m. tomorrow until 8 a.m. Next day, Youngie, no running away. Jian. Jungkook gone, hiding his face in the cushion. Taehyung leaned closer, whispering on. Only he could hear. Careful what you agreed to, darling. Morning after Sunday 8 a.m. sunlight poured through the crimson tall window. Jungkook stumbled downstairs in an oversized hoodie. Here messy things sit at the dining table. Taeyang, morning, my obedient husband. Jungkook, don't start. Taeyang, rule 1, you can't refuse anything I say, remember? Jungkook, fine, what's first? Taeyang folded the paper pretending to think. Breakfast, you will feed me. Jungkook, feed you? Taeyang, with your hands, say, ah. Jungkook started, mortified. You are impossible. Taehyung, you said you would always sign in. Jungkook picked up a piece of toast and held it out. Taehyung leaned forward, taking a bite slowly, eyes never leaving Jungkook's. Taehyung, goodbye. Jungkook, stop saying things like that. Taehyung, clench it. Next day, a smile. You look cute when you smile. Despite himself, Jungkook's lips scraped. Soft and sigh. Flashback now. First night in the mansion, Jungkook had unpacked his suitcase in the guest room. When Taehyung appeared at the door, Taehyung, this house is big, but in my room is warmer. Stay there. Jungkook, we don't even like each other. Taehyung, that's not true. I just don't know you yet. He had walked away, leaving Jungkook's heart humming in confusion. Late morning, Taehyung stretched on the couch. Scrolling through his phone, Jungkook. Next year, Jungkook. What now? Taehyung, give me a massage. My shoulders are killing me. Jungkook, you are making this up. Taehyung, no complaints. It's still 24 hours. Jungkook knelt reluctantly behind him, hands hesitating. Taehyung, don't be shy. You are doing fine. Jungkook, I'm not shy. Taehyung, your ears are red. Jungkook pressed harder, trying to hide his blush. You talk too much, Taehyung. You think too much. Their laughter filled the living room, soft and warm. Taehyung leaned his head back slightly, eyes closing as Jungkook touched it. Taehyung, quietly, you have gotten comfortable here. Jungkook, a bit. You stop it acting like a robot. Taehyung, I was never a robot. I just, I was just afraid you would run away. Jungkook sat still. Why would I run? Taehyung, because I wasn't the husband you wanted. For a second, the air felt heavier. Then Taehyung smiled and stood. Enough massage next year. After lunch, Jungkook cooked Renam while Thang sat on the counter watching Taehyung. You know, you look cute when you cook, Jungkook. You have said that 3 times today. Taehyung, because it's true. True 3 times. He reached out to tuck a strand hair behind Jungkook's ear. Jungkook froze hard. Jungkook, you're doing this on purpose. Taehyung, maybe. They ate together, laughing. When Jungkook spilled soup and scolded him for teasing Taehyung. Next year after lunch, write me a love letter. Jungkook, what? Taehyung, a sincere one, no sarcasm. Jungkook, I can't write that. Taehyung, then you failed the dare. Crying, Jungkook fetched paper and pen. An hour later, Taehyung found Jungkook hunched over the table, chewing his lips. Taehyung, done? Jungkook, almost don't look it. He finally handed over the sheet. Taehyung unfolded it carefully. Dear Jungkook, dear Taehyung, I don't really know how to write love letters. You annoy me a lot. You teach me every day, but sometimes when you smile, I feel safe. Maybe that's why I don't hate living here anymore. Maybe that's why I don't hate you. From Jungkook, Taehyung's usual message softened into something warmer. You really wrote this, Jungkook. Don't laugh, Taehyung. I'm not. I'm touched. He folded the letter carefully and slipped it into his pocket. Next year later, you deserve a break. Sunset painted the mansion golden. They sat on the balcony, 2 mugs of tea. Taehyung, 2 months married doesn't feel that long. Jungkook feels like a lifetime some days. Taehyung, good or bad? Jungkook depends on how annoying you are being. Taehyung plunged gentle, get gentle. You have changed, Jungkook. Jungkook, you mean I talk more? Taehyung, you smile more. Silence is stressed, comfortable now. Flashback a week after the wedding. They had argued about rooms again. Jungkook, I'm not sharing a bed with a stranger. Taehyung, then don't call me your husband at breakfast either. Later that night, Taehyung found Jungkook asleep on the sofa with the blanket barely covering him. He had quietly placed a pillow under Jungkook's head, whispered, you are stubborn but beautiful. Back in present, the clock neared midnight. Taehyung stretched and smiled day after day. Jungkook, please, nothing embarrassing. Taehyung, too late. Kiss me. Jungkook's eyes widened. What? Taehyung, you heard me. One real. Jungkook, you're joking. Taehyung, 24 hours are almost over, bunny. Don't break your promise. Jungkook swelled hard, heart racing. Taehyung, step it closer, voice soft. You can stop if you want. Jungkook hesitated, then whispered, you will never let me live it down, will you? Taehyung, probably not. Their faces inched closer, breathed, mingling eyes locked until Jungkook hesitated only a second before leaning up on his toes. His lips bruised, Taehyung's cheeks soft, quick, almost a whisper of a touch. Taehyung eyes opening. That's cheating, Jungkook. You didn't say where to kiss. Taehyung, then I'll change the rule here. He tapped a finger against his lips properly. Jungkook, you can't just. Taehyung, 10 seconds left. The playful countdown made Jungkook's chest flutter. He could neither run nor finish the dare, so he stepped closer, heart humming, and before he could talk himself out of it, pressed his against the hooks. It was soft at first, tentative sigh. Taehyung didn't move, only breathed in slowly as if. Then something inside him broke loose. His hand rose automatically to Jungkook's jaw, holding him there for a heartbeat longer. When they finally parted, both stared at each other, speechless. Then quietly, time's up. Jungkook blessing good. The day is over. Taehyung, you sure about that? Jungkook turned away, hiding his flushed face. I'm going to bed. Taehyung smiling faintly, watching him hurry down the hallway. Sweet dreams, my dear devil. Jungkook lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, his fingers brushed his again and again. Jungkook whispering to himself, it was just a dare, just a dare. But every time he closed his eyes, he saw Taehyung's expression, half surprise, half something deeper. Meanwhile, Taehyung stood by the balcony, half wind ruffled his hair. Taehyung muttering, what are you doing to me, Jungkook? He had promised himself not to fall for this marriage, to keep it practically practical, yet that small, innocent kiss had undone weeks of self-control. Sunlight poured into the kitchen. Jungkook was already there, pouring cereal, pretending to look normal. Taehyung, sleep well? Jungkook, fine. Taehyung, any interesting dreams? Jungkook nearly dropped the spoon. No. Taehyung bit his back a laugh. You look like you saw a ghost, Jungkook. I saw something scarier. Taehyung, me? Jungkook, glad, cheeks pink. You are not funny. Taehyung, I wasn't joking. Silence, then Taehyung reached for the fridge, brushing past him deliberately. The faint accent of his cologne made Jungkook's heart stutter. Taehyung, by the way, new rule. Jungkook, what rule? Taehyung, no pretending yesterday didn't happen. Jungkook blinked. Why? Taehyung, because it did. He walked off with a smirk, leaving Jungkook staring after him, face brushed in his hands. That afternoon, Jungkook visited Taehyung's office with lunch. They didn't usually eat together at work, but the house was off when Jungkook entered. Taehyung looked up from his laptop. Taehyung, you brought food? Jungkook, you forget. Taehyung, you are acting like my wife. Jungkook, unfortunately, I am your wife. Taehyung grinned. Wouldn't the best unfortunate thing that happened to me? Jungkook huffed, placing the lunchbox on the table. Eat before I regret it. They shared quiet bites. Taehyung occasionally sneak glances. Taehyung, you still thinking about last night? Jungkook, stop bringing it up. Taehyung, can't help it. My real first rule with my husband deserve attention. Jungkook coughed first. You have people before. Them not like that. The answer was so simple, so sincere, Jungkook forgot to breathe for a moment. By the time they drove home, clothes gathered and in rain began to fall. Jungkook sat by the window, tracing shapes in his forget glass. Taehyung, you don't like rain? Jungkook, I used to love it when it feels lonely. Things expression soften, then let's make it Jungkook, you're ridiculous. Then warm. Though, isn't it? They sit together, watching droplets race down the window. Think quietly, you are different from what I expected, Jungkook. And what did you expect? Something distant? Someone distant, but you are warm and make me want to laugh. Jungkook's toe tightened. He didn't laugh much before me. Then, not genuinely. The honesty in his tone made Jungkook's chest itch. In a strange sweet way, after the wedding, 2 weeks after their arranged ceremony, Jungkook had catch them walking late again. Jungkook, you will get sick if you keep skipping meals. Then why do you care, Jungkook? Because I have to live with you, and hungry people are cranky. Taehyung had looked up, surprised by the concern hiding behind the sarcasm. You are not as cold as you pretended. Jungkook, neither you are. They had both. The rain finally stopped. Taehyung closed the laptop and stressed. Taehyung, movie night, Jungkook again? You always fall asleep halfway, Taehyung. Then wake me up. They settle on the couch, a bowl of popcorn between them. Half through the film, Jungkook yawned and rested his head on Taehyung's shoulder without realizing. Taehyung froze then he smiled softly and let him stay. When the credits rolled, Jungkook blinked sleepily. Did I miss the ending? Then yeah, but you look peaceful. He bruised a crumb from Jungkook's cheek. Their eyes met again like the night before. Then that Jungkook, don't think I'm serious. It changed something. Jungkook whispered. For you, maybe. For me, it was just Taehyung interrupted gently. I start. The air thickened between them. Taehyung leaned in a little, just enough for Jungkook to feel the warmth of his breath. Taehyung, I wouldn't ask again unless you want me to. Jungkook softly, then stop looking at me like that. Taehyung, how am I looking? Jungkook, like you mean it. Taehyung smiled faintly. Maybe I do. They stood up, then offering his hand. Come on, it's late. Jungkook hesitated before taking it. Their fingers relaxed naturally, no dare required. They reached their bedroom. Taehyung turned off the light, except for the soft lamp cloth. You can sleep. I will wait for a bit. Jungkook, okay. He slept under the blanket with his mind wouldn't quiet. After a long pause, he whispered into the dark, Jungkook, Taehyung, Jungkook, why did you? Taehyung set the book aside, at first for family reasons, but now he smiled gently, eyes meeting Jungkook's in the dim light. Now I think fate knew what it was doing. Jungkook's cheeks warmed. Jungkook, too smooth. You like it though? Jungkook, maybe a little. Taehyung clenched and reached to turn off the lamp. Good night, Bunny. Jungkook, good night, troublemaker. As soon as they both fall silent, Jungkook sat fluttered. The day was over, but something else had begun. Something he couldn't name yet, only feel. The rain has stopped. The city outside the mansion quiet. Bathed in silver moonlight, Jungkook stood by the window, heart racing, while Taehyung leaned against the table, watching him with that familiar mischievous smile. You thought the day were over, Jungkook. You said 24 hours. It's been more than a day, Taehyung. Then think of this as a bonus round. Jungkook folded his arm, pretending not to care. You're impossible, Taehyung. Maybe. But you still listen to me. Taehyung stepped closer until Jungkook could feel his warmth between them. So here is the final day. Whispered voice deep and soft. Taehyung, kiss me again. And this time don't run away. Jungkook breathed and said, why do you keep telling me that? Taehyung, because you never do it just once. Jungkook's hands fizzled at his sighs. He could have laughed it off. He could have refused. But the look in Taehyung's eyes wasn't teasing anymore. It was sincere, almost pleading. He took a step forward, then another, and before either of them could think, Jungkook caught Taehyung's face and kissed him. It was nothing like before, slow at first and full of the things they hadn't said. Taehyung froze only for a heartbeat before wrapping his arm around Jungkook's waist, pulling him close. The world seemed to blur around them. The accent of rain, the quiet hum of the city, the sound of two hearts breathing inside. When they finally broke apart, both were breathless. Taehyung, if you know what you are doing to me, Jungkook whispering, maybe I do. Taehyung laughed quietly, forehead resting. Prince Jungkook, don't say things like that unless you mean them, he murmured. Jungkook smiled, sigh and genuine. I think I do. They kissed again. Slower this time, no dares, no rules, just them. And somewhere between the laughter and the warmth, they finally gave in everything they had been holding back. The lights dim, the camera pulls away, only the sound of the soft laughter and the whispered name fill the room, fade to black. The morning sun filtered through the curtain. Jungkook stood forth, blinking at the soft light. His head rested on Taehyung's chest, his fingers twinkling in the seat. For a moment he didn't move. The memory of last night, Taehyung's warm, the quiet voice whispering, I have got you, flashed through his mind, making his heart flutter. Taehyung shifted, was low and sleepy. Taehyung, good morning, my dear devil. Jungkook, stop calling me that, Taehyung. But you are. You dared me to fall for you. Jungkook lifted his head, confused. What? Taehyung smiled, brushing a stain of hair from his face. He kept challenging me to care, and now I can't stop. Jungkook softly, Taehyung, no games, Jungkook, I love you. The words hang in the air like sunlight break through clouds. Jungkook froze, eyes wide. Taehyung, I found it at first. I thought our marriage was just business, but these 2 months you made this house feel alive. You made me laugh, get jealous, even hope again. Jungkook's eyes softened. You really mean that? Taehyung nodding, taking his hand every word. For a long moment, Jungkook said nothing. Then, very quietly, he whispered, Jungkook, I love you too. Taehyung blinked in surprise. You what? Taehyung? Jungkook, you heard me. Taehyung laughed, pulling him closer. Say it again. Jungkook blushing. No. Taehyung, please. Jungkook, fine. I love you, idiot. Taehyung grinning, kissing his forehead. That's better. Later that morning, they were in the kitchen together. Jungkook wore Taehyung's oversized shirt, sleeves hanging past his hands. He tried to make pancakes while Taehyung kept stealing ingredients. Jungkook, stop eating the chocolate chips. Taehyung saves privilege. Jungkook, you are the worst. Taehyung, you married me. Jungkook turned to glare at him, but Taehyung suddenly wrapped his arm around his waist from behind. Taehyung, you smell like vanilla. Jungkook, you smell like trouble. They both laughed. Taehyung rested his chin on Jungkook's shoulder. You know, the best deal I ever gave you was asking you to kiss me. Jungkook, you are lucky I didn't slap you that night. Taehyung, oh, I was ready to risk it. Jungkook rolled his eyes but couldn't hide the smile depicting at his lips. You are hopeless. Taehyung, hopelessly yours. Flashback to the later. They sat on the balcony with coffee watching. Taehyung, just one. Jungkook was. What is it? Taehyung, dare you to be happy with me. Jungkook smiled, eyes soft. Already am. Taehyung grinned and pulled him into his arms, laughter echoing through the house that had once been cold but now felt like home. Taehyung, hey everyone, I would love to know what you all are doing in your life. If you are learning something new or doing something that is interesting or anything, please let me know in the comment section. I would love to know about it. See you again. Bye bye. Love you.